All right. So a very warm welcome once again to all the attendees and the top 23 teams, which is almost 60 individuals in the phase 4 of India Smart Protein Innovation Challenge. Today is our final check-in webinar in our inspiration webinar series. We've conducted almost 50 of these sessions throughout, starting with outreach for different problem statements across India, across multiple universities, organizations through a campus ambassador program and smart protein ambassador program. At the same time, we've done a lot of sci-tech, business-related, policy-related, regulatory-related mentoring sessions, one-on-ones with you till now in this 4-month journey. You have, as a cohort, started out across 4 phases, which we'll today look at. And today I'm joined by Akshay and our team of Nicole and Devika on the ISPIC 2021 from GFI India. So we'll be taking Q&As towards the end of this presentation, and we'll also have an informal breakout room networking session towards the end so that we can all get to know each other in an informal setting as the final cohort of this year's Inspiration Innovation Challenge. So let me start by thanking our partners and sponsors on the challenge who have made this all kind of possible to help GFI India with sponsorship funds for prize money, at the same time strategic mentoring sessions, and obviously post-talent support to some of the top teams of the India Smart Protein Innovation Challenge as well, in terms of research grants, acceleration, incubation, investments, and hopefully their ecosystem benefits our cohort as well. So thanking Capri Global Capital Limited, who's our title sponsor for ISPIC 2021, our key sponsors, NICE and Alchem Foundation, organizing partners CIICO at IIM Ahmedabad, our supporting partners BIRAC, NIFTM, Sign Business Incubator at IIT Bombay, ABLE, which is Association of Biotechnology-Led Enterprises, CCAM, which is Center for Cellular and Molecular Platform, Atal Incubation Center at CCMB, IIT Madras Bio Incubator. These are all our supporting partners, academic and research supporting partners. And then we also have smart protein ecosystem partners from the industry, Blue Horizon, which is like an international VC fund. We have DSD consumer partners, Thought for Food, Fixie, Brink, Ankur Capital, Axilor Labs, ProVeg Incubator, Omnivore, Agni, Ahimsa VC, Big Idea Ventures, and Huddle. And you've heard through representatives of a lot of these ecosystem partners in the 4 months of your journey as well. We'll be hosting the demo day on 11th of March, and we'll be having judges from all of these representative organizations and partners on the challenge as well. So hope you're excited. As you know, track 1 is focusing on innovation, which you've known from the very start. We are focusing on innovative theoretical, and in some cases, because some of you have been able to experiment as well, despite of COVID, you're including a lot of those elements in your solutions as well. And it's kind of solving a technologically advanced scientific problem, right, faced by Indian food corporations, startups, entrepreneurs, and the sector in general. At the same time, we have track 2, which is focused on entrepreneurship, where, if you're an early stage startup or perhaps a mature entrepreneur who wants to start a company and set up a business in this area, or maybe you're an existing startup, you're addressing commercial key white space opportunity areas across the value chain. And essentially, both of these tracks cater to plant-based, fermentation derived, and cultivated meat, eggs, and dairy, and seafood as the focus area, right? And everything in their supply chains and value chains as well. So we had 4 phases, out of which phase 3 and phase 4 are the recent ones. As you know, we are currently in phase 4 towards the end, and we'll have the demo day as the output of the phase 4 as well. As you know, we were going to select up to 10 teams from both tracks, and we have selected 23 teams. So we are quite excited to have top 23 teams get ready for the demo day, and hopefully we are able to select. We really hope that all of you are so good that we are able to select up to 20 teams and give them the prize money of 1 lakh each, and other support as well. This has been the snapshot of your journey so far. We started, around mid of September, which was the phase 1 induction. You got inducted into the smart protein sector. You understood the fundamentals of plant-based meat, eggs, and dairy, cultivated meat, eggs, and dairy, fermentation-derived meat, eggs, and dairy on parameters like science, business, policy, not just for India, but also globally, and understood a lot of basic 101s, 201s about the three key technology areas that are comprising this sector. And you underwent a smart protein digital lab, right? And you got certified into it. After that, you went through a matchmaking process on our platform, whereby you were able to find teammates after a lot of hopefully networking in the networking week on our Slack group and other platforms, LinkedIn, etc. And then you were able to basically form teams of 3 or 4, depending on your track, or less than that, and then essentially enter into phase 2 as a team. That's where your team journey started, right? For many of you, you found core team members, you found good friends, you found colleagues through this process, and we really hope that you keep collaborating post this challenge as well to help build the smart protein sector in India in terms of talent, in terms of bringing your skill set, your research skills, your business skills, your marketing skills, whatever your expertise in. The intention of the challenge is to help the young people in India and also experienced professionals in India and entrepreneurs and people, students at all levels, bachelor's, master's, PhD levels, kind of discover the opportunities within the sector. And we really hope that we were able to, do that through this 4-month journey. Then you started working on your 5-page proposal, right? Based on the specific problem statement you had chosen in track 1 or a white space opportunity area you had chosen in track 2. Based on the solutions you submitted in your 5-page summary kind of a proposal, we were able to select a lot of teams to go into phase 3, which was the inspiration webinar series. So in both phase 2 ideation and phase 3 inspiration, we had multiple sessions with industry experts, scientists, and we hope that you revisit all of those on our YouTube handle in our inspiration webinar series in preparation of the demo day. And also you keep getting back to it whenever you want to seek inspiration and perhaps understand a lot of, insights on different areas within the smart protein ecosystem. And now, obviously, we went through phase 4, which is kind of your initiation, getting ready to get you into the world of smart protein. Maybe you're looking for raising funds after this. Maybe you're looking to pursue your master's or a PhD in the proposal that you were working on for the past 3-4 months if you were in track 1. Maybe you're a student looking for employment opportunities, maybe with companies in track 2. That has happened last year as well, right? Maybe you join as a core team member of somebody's company that is part of the challenge, right? So that has been the intention from the very start, and we hope that many of you continue on this path that you have started and gotten initiated on. And this will all culminate, as you know, previously our demo day was on the World Protein Day, but we have extended it and it's going to be now on 11th of March. So we are all quite excited, where you get to showcase your ideas, everything that you've worked on in all of this months in the past 4-5 months to academicians, to scientists in track 1, and to also venture capitalists, other investors, and in perpetuity this will be hosted on our YouTube handle, and people will keep understanding what your solution has been, and you can reach out and use that resource to also get connected with more people from 1,000 members strong GF Ideas India community. Further, we also have created a smart protein solutions wall, right, based on the teams that have submitted phase 2 proposals, and we'll be hosting that on our website as well. So soon that will be out, and you'll be, after the demo day, it'll be out, and you'll be able to share that link with other people as well externally. So this has been a quick summary of what impact we've been able to achieve, as part of this challenge. And essentially, we started out with 745 people, right? 745 participants, and they were from 116 cities across 25 states. So that's almost, majority of India. And then we also saw representation from 590 colleges, universities, and organizations across the country. 320 people actually got certified. They went through those 4 weeks, took almost 8-9 quizzes diligently, many more than that, in fact, and studied probably 50 odd resources over a period of 1 month, and essentially got certified in the Smart Protein Digital Lab, which we hope will act as a certification when you apply for jobs, or perhaps are connecting as a kind of basic proof of you having gone through all of this exercise and understanding the basics of smart protein sector. And then obviously our focus was this year on high quality. Last year we had 1,045 people, a relatively larger number of people, but we wanted to make sure that we have people more committed to the sector. So based on that, we selected almost 368 bachelors, 146 masters, and 11 PhDs from all the applications we had received. And they also had like 15 researchers, 86 entrepreneurs, and 112 12 young professionals from the food, biotech, agri-tech, and allied industries in India. So out of these 320 people who qualified phase one, they went into a matchmaking week on a platform, like I said, and almost 96 teams were created, right? And they were eligible to submit their phase two proposals. Out of them, after again going through 1 month's journey of phase two, 53 teams actually submitted this proposal, right, in phase two. And that comprised of 150 individuals almost across, track one, track two, and across the plant-based, areas and CMNF areas of technology. Then from those 53, we were able to choose 42 promising proposals so that they can further build their ideas from a 5-pager into a 25-pager long, detailed proposal, on, very specific criteria for innovation, science and technology, and feasibility and commercialization, et cetera, based on the track they were in and based on the evaluation criteria shared. So 42 teams in phase three essentially submitted this proposal, and only 23 teams qualified finally for phase four, which was culminating into the demo day. So right now we are with 23 teams and 60 individuals, which has been quite exciting as a whole journey for us to see all of these ideas, to hear a lot of about your motivation, individual drives of working in this sector, individual skills that you're bringing to the sector. And we are really excited to welcome you in the smart protein ecosystem. Having said that, let's just quickly look through what you all have worked on, right, for the past 3-4 months. What is the theme of the challenge? What problem statements are we solving for, right? So there are 2 tracks, track 1 and track 2. Track 1 is focused on innovation, track 2 on entrepreneurship, as you know. And then the problem statements for fermentation technology area in track 1 were, many. Like there were problem statements around screening filamentous fungi to identify new candidate strains or strain improvements for enhanced protein and organoleptic properties. So if there are teams working on this, they should account for all of this, the presentation which we had earlier shared on RFPs while making your presentations for the demo day as well. Similarly, for RFP, which is production of bovine milk proteins using precision fermentation, definitely look at the challenges, recommended skill sets, etc., and reflect all of that, and make sure that you've accounted for all of this within your solution as well, and define problems accordingly, which is why I'm going through all of this, so that it acts as a refresher for all of you of what you had signed up for, right, to begin with. So fermentation RFP 3 for track 1 was tapping biomass fermentation for whole cut meat production. And again, these are all key areas that people all over the world consider as key white space opportunity areas for the future of this alternative protein or smart protein ecosystem to grow. Similarly, RFP for fermentation track 1 was optimization tools for the composition of growth media for microalgae and seaweed. Similarly, RFP 5 was plant and fermentation chimeras, fat encapsulation using oleaginous yeast. So oleaginous yeast is something quite important. I think a couple of teams also signed up working on that. We have track 2 for fermentation, where we are focusing on this kind of a value chain and opportunity areas within that as a company which wants to commercialize your idea. So this was for track 2, which is focused on entrepreneurship and creating your own startup. Across this, you had multiple RFPs. And similarly for track 1 in cultivated meat kind of a focus area, we had innovative solutions for low-cost production of recombinant albumin or an equivalent. Cutting media accounts for nearly culture media currently accounts for almost 99% of the baseline production cost, and reducing those costs is crucial. That's why we've chosen this kind of an RFP here. Then there's obviously RFP 2 in CM track 1, which is bioreactor and bioprocess development and its integration into the production processes, research processes. RFP 3 was cell line development, cultivated meat cell banks, which is another key area for the growth of this sector. RFP 4 was focused on adaptation of cultivated meat cell lines to suspend culture and improving its efficiency therein, right? So this was another RFP. RFP 5 was on post-harvest process and end product characterization for cultivated meat, which is another quite exciting area towards the end of the supply chain. Similarly, for cultivated meat track 2, as you know, we had cell line development, ingredients, albumin growth factor, transport proteins, etc., cultivators, scaffolding, and applying computational modeling algorithms for bioprocess development, bioreactor design, and experimental approaches using novel platform technologies as the key white space opportunity areas in which some of you are working as well. Similarly, for track one, in plant-based, we had production processes, innovation for fiber formation, and improved plant protein texturization as one of the key RFPs, exploring protein or blend of proteins from India's indigenous crops to replicate dairy proteins' functional properties as the second one. I know a lot of you are working on innovative plant-based dairy solutions as well. So we're excited to have your proposals in, and then creating a two-part egg product to replicate egg white and egg yolk via novel ingredients and processing techniques. I know, a couple of you are also working on that. Selection of functional algae and their fractionation to create suitable proteins and fats for seafood product application, which is a key kind of a problem in general for people working on seafood and its successful replication from plant-based fermentation or cultivated sources, in this case, plant-based. Fat and moisture encapsulation techniques for alternative protein applications, which is a key SciTech area as well. Similarly, exploring protein from indigenous crops for their specific functionality, which can be used to create plant-based meat, eggs, dairy, and seafood products. Again, within that, some of you are focusing on meat, some of you are on dairy, some of you on seafood and eggs. So excited to have proposals from all of you. Then we also had track two, which is entrepreneurship track. And then, the white space opportunity areas in this track were plant-based B2B upstream ventures, focusing on exploring protein and ingredients from India's indigenous crops for their specific roles and functionality and, functional property replication and organoleptic properties, which can be used by plant-based B2B and B2C ventures to source proteins for manufacturing plant-based meat, eggs, dairy, seafood, and end products, right? So that was one key ingredient kind of a play for some of the startups that are working on it. There was plant-based B2B and B2C venture focused on creation and manufacturing and scale up of the next generation of plant-based meat, egg, dairy, and seafood end products, which was another key area on which some of you are working, directly wanting to sell products B2B or B2C. And then the third one was around distribution and creating platforms for distribution of such startups and companies in the plant-based meat, eggs, and dairy space for getting more products launched in the market over 2021 and 22. Some of you also were creating proposals on this in phase 3, and we were really excited to see your supply chain innovation, etc., around this. Having said that, basically this is the end of my presentation. Like I said, once again, we open it up for Q&A, and I invite some of you to share any insights you might have had through the 4 phases of the challenge, any experiences you might want to share, any learnings that you might want to share now that you've gone through, a lot of mentoring sessions over the past couple of weeks with our team. You've received, detailed feedback on what you've been working on for the past 4 months, and essentially how to convey your ideas during the demo day to our judges and to our audience. So we really hope that it has been a helpful process for you. So if there's anything you might like to share, we can invite you now. You can unmute yourself, switch on your camera, and we'd love to hear from you or take any questions. All right. So Arman, do you want to go first? So we'll just hear a little bit from some of the top 23 teams on the ISPIC 2021 demo day phase this year, and what they have to say about the experiences so far and their journey so far. So we have Arman from Team Protelium. So Arman, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your team is working on and how the past 4 or 5 months have really helped you?
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity, Shardul. So our team is working in track 1, which is innovation in the fermentation sector. And we have devised a strain improvement in filamentous fungi using 2 edible strains. And we at least hypothesize it right now that the particular strain can potentially be used in crab alternatives in biomass fermentation-based end products. So something similar to, let's say, aquacultured foods or bosque foods. And this is more of a proof of concept that we have devised, and we would potentially branch out to different seafood options. And talking about the experience in the last 4, 5, 6 months, I'll be very honest. I just signed up for the competition because I was just very uncertain around where I would go to college. But it in a way was one of the most fruitful competitions, fruitful experiences in my life that I've had till now. The type of people that I met, the mentors that I potentially met, and also the people I connected on LinkedIn has really helped me both in terms of the confidence as well as knowing my worth. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and it has really enhanced any skills that I might possess. Thank you.
Thank you, Arman. And I know you're from St. Stephen, right? So it's quite exciting to see more people from Delhi University signing up for this innovation. And we hope that soon in the coming years, there's like a smart protein chapter at St. Stephen's led by you, hopefully, as you're quite active in the community to spread about the smart protein ecosystem there. And yeah, we hope to see many more participants next year from St. Stephen's. So best of luck. Next up, I see a hand from Prateek. So Prateek, do you want to go next?
Hi. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your team, and what you've been working on? Any experiences or any feedback you'd like to share? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, first, let me start with thank you, all of you from GFI team and other participants. It has this whole process in the last 5-6 months. The reason I participated, I think I have pretty much in a way I have achieved. So I wanted, me and my partner, Dr. Sapan, we wanted to basically participate and finesse our business model, while participating in this Food Institute program. So what we are working on is we're trying to make a whole cut meat product from, through a fermentation derived method using the fungi, root structure of fungi called mycelium. And again, I know we recently had a session with Nicole and Akshay, and it was very fruitful. And thank you very much for your advice again. And Shardul, thank you to you and other members again.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Prateek. Thank you for sharing your experiences. And we really hope that you're able to, go ahead and launch your startup with the learnings and, the refinements that you've undergone through this 4-month journey. And we also hope the network in our ecosystem, investors, etc., are able to connect with you. And, you're able to better connect with them as a result of the challenge. So best of luck.
Yes, absolutely. Thank
Great.
you.
Absolutely. We'll have next Jay. Jay, do you want to go ahead and share your feedback or thoughts?
So thank you so much, Shardul, for the opportunity. And my name is Jay. We are working on towards smart media. So our proposal is for track 1 innovation, and basically smart media is for creating an food grade commercialized cell cultivation media, which can be which is highly uses advanced this protein hydrolysis to extract proteins and use in the media formation to cultivate cells and cell technology meat and media products. And through this 5 to 6 months journey, I learned a lot. It was in like an advanced course towards the life, like how different projects, international projects, networking, and how different categories are embedded into different processes and all, to how you can circulate this into an environment where you can learn and interact with individuals to create something new. I learned through different GFI mentors, different networking sessions, connecting with LinkedIn. And GFI is such a strong body as a central body. It can revolve around many other industry as well. So from GFI only, I got to get to go connect Cambridge University, that APFP program through GFI. So I think participating in such a big, at a large scale competitions and challenges is a highly fruitful and part of my life. Yeah.
Thank you, Jay. And we really hope you have a good time in the, fellowship for Alt Protein at Cambridge University and make more friends and connections through that. Next up, I can have Ronak really quickly before we get into our breakout session for the information.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So we are working on building a plant-based dairy through a distributed manufacturing facility. So I've been working on this idea since January 2021, and I feel like every smart protein entrepreneur should go through this course because it's so structured and gives a specific and a good direction to work on. I was a newbie, I was a recent graduate, so I didn't know how to start, and this course helped me design my experiments, design the direction for the startup. So I think it's a must go for every startup.
Thank you, Ronak, and we hope your plant-based dairy company sees a lot of success going forward. Great. So I think with that, if there are no more people, we can get started with the networking session. So once again, thank you so much for joining us, everyone, on this final check-in session for phase 4. And with this, we kind of conclude our inspiration webinar series. And throughout all these sessions, I've seen, you all connect with each other, participate, improve your thoughts, ideas on multiple aspects like sourcing ingredients, new product development, R&D, scale up, applying engineering skills there, thinking about marketing, thinking about distribution, if you're in track 2, thinking about raising funds, and refining all of those elements of your ideas. So I really see a bright future for Smart Protein in India, with all of you kind of gearing towards working in it, and thinking more about how you're going to apply your skills and your experiences into the sector. So all the best to all of you for your Smart Protein demo day. And with that, we'll start our networking session. So thank you once again for joining us, and best of luck.